So I thought I would give everyone a rundown of what you can expect to receive if you go out and get a Generac quote for your home backup system. This quote is for a roughly 4,000 square foot house and includes the cost of the generator and other materials, along with the cost of the installation crew to come out and do the install for the generator. Page one of the quote is fairly generic. It will include your name, specifics in terms of address of your house, and the rep that came out to visit with you. I covered over those on this PDF. Page two of the quote gives you a little biography of the Generac certified install company that comes out. Just some background on them and how long they've been in business, where they're located, and things of that nature. Page three of the quote gets right into the meat and potatoes of the quote, specifically how much is this going to cost me. And as I scroll through here, feel free to pause on a section you're interested in. I want to try to see if I can zoom in on sections I think folks will want to see just to give you a better shot. But very first line item on here, you can see you got the generator itself is 26 kW generator for, in my case, $7,200 just for the unit straight out the door there. You can also see here where they've got an automatic transfer switch listed out for about $850. Further down on page three, you've got some other line items that it shows, miscellaneous materials, and here's where they're talking about labor costs too, $2,500 just for the labor. Page four gets you down the last few miscellaneous items, the battery, soft start module, and some sensors. But it really boils down to, hey, at the bottom of the page here, $15,000 for this unit and for the install. The next page goes into some of the requirements, just in terms of who's going to do what, the installation company and versus the homeowner. Here you can see the homeowner is responsible for a couple different things. It's landscaping around the generator. You would think that would be obvious, but they do spell it out, so I'm sure they've had issues with that before. But the main thing is the homeowner has to get the natural gas or propane, whichever you're using, piped in beforehand so the installation company can make the final connection at the unit, and then the generator has fuel to run on after that, obviously. Other than those, it looks like the install company takes care of pretty much everything else. Next couple of pages in your quote contain a purchase agreement for the material and install, and then the next page shows any additional notes on your quote. You can see in mine there, it's fairly generic, other than my application actually requires 2 automatic transfer switches, but again, yours will probably be different from there. The rest of the quote gives you some specifications on the unit you're purchasing, the features and specifications of the unit. If you want, you can pause the video on any of these slides and read through those. I'm not going to go through any of these in detail because somebody will be interested in one section and not the other. And you can pause and just read through that as you'd like. I will say though that this is a 26 kW generator. It was sized again for a 4,000 square foot heated and cooled house, so that gives you some idea of a reference point. Trying to scale up or down on your house or your application there. I will point out one thing that's interesting and a lot of people are concerned with is your fuel consumption rates. It's different, again, based on the size of the unit, but you can see natural gas, cubic feet per hour, 188 there versus the propane type units. Later pages of the quote will give you some physical dimensions along with the details on the various automatic transfer switches that they have available. I would encourage you guys, if you're interested, to go to Generac website and shoot them an email and get your own quote. We ultimately didn't go this route. Frankly, the $15,000 price tag for something we hope that we never use was just really tough, and it just didn't fit our needs for what we were looking at. I do think there's applications out there that warrant something like this. If you've got elderly parents or if you've got medical devices that have to stay running and you're not going to be around to attend to anything, but those were not our needs, and so it didn't fit what we wanted to achieve on our budget. There are other costs other than the initial cost too to think about. So you've got a weekly or bi-weekly startup test that you're going to be burning gas for. along with Generac provides monitoring, remote monitoring, if you're connected to Wi-Fi. So they do charge you for that after the first year. I think in another video, I'll lay out some of the other options we considered and what the much cheaper DIY version we went with entailed. Anyway, if you want to get that video when it comes out, subscribe and we'll see you then. Thank you guys.